Overflows.
Physical and mental age. There are two types of age. One is the mental age. A man may be 70 years old, yet his mental age may be below the physical age, or vice versa. In cases like Mozart, when he was only 4 years of age, he was able to play on musical instruments with great mastery. And at the age of 5, he was already becoming famous. Even great masters of music could not believe the phenomenal energy of Mozart. At the age of 5, he was almost as mature mentally as very few people become at the age of 70. This has still to be recognized by psychology. But the psychology of the enlightened ones know perfectly well that consciousness can go on growing. It need not grow simultaneously with the body. It transcends all limitations set by the body. Adi Shankar, the founder of systematic philosophical system for Hindus, died at the age of 33. He became enlightened somewhere about the age of 7. When he was 7, his father had died. He was the son of a poor father, a poor Brahmin. The mother was the only living for him, the only son. At the age of 7, Shankar asked his mother that he wanted to renounce the world. Can you convince a child of 7 years old thinking of renouncing the world to enter a monastic life? Certainly he must be another Mozart, a Mozart of spirituality. Although Shankar emerged long before Mozart, but the West understands Mozart. That's why I have to give the example of Mozart to explain Shankar. The mother said, your father has died and you want to renounce the world. Don't you think about me? Shankar said, I can only promise you one thing. Before you die, I will be present. So in your last moments, you can die peacefully. But right now, allow me to renounce the world, enter the monastic life. I want to become a renunciate and go in search. The mother refused like any other mother. Not to hurt her, Shankar remained for a few days more. One day he went to the river. He used to go for his morning bath every day, but that day he insisted that his mother should also accompany him. The mother was a little concerned why he was so insistent, but when he became absolutely adamant that if you don't come, I will not go to the river for a bath, then if I do not take a bath, I cannot worship, and then I cannot eat either. So the mother had to agree and follow Shankar to the river. The mother was standing at the river bank, and the little child, 7-year-old, was caught by a crocodile. The crowd gathered, but there was nothing that could be done. Both the feet of the little boy were inside the mouth of the crocodile. And Shankar shouted to his mother, "Now there are only two possibilities. Either you give me the permission to renounce the world and be a renunciate, or the crocodile is going to eat me. It is up to you to decide. Be quick before crocodile eats me." It is a strange story. How did crocodile conspire in this? And the mother of course, immediately shouted, "I allow you. You can become a renunciate. Even this much will be a solace to me that you are still alive." And Shankar entered into monastic life. The story goes that crocodile immediately left him and disappeared. Must have been a very saintly crocodile. Whatever be the case, perhaps it is only a parable. One thing is certain, that Shankar, at the age of 7, must have convinced that either she had to allow him to be a renunciate, or she had to be ready for his death. How he managed it, that is a different matter. How did he manage it is a different matter. But one thing is certain, he gave her a clear-cut choice, either death or renunciation. Obviously, the poor mother had no choice. She allowed Shankar to renounce the world to become a renunciate. Enlightenment is beyond the body-mind realm. Enlightenment is the realization of oneness between inner and the outer. It is not bound by age limits. There is no age limit for enlightenment or inner wisdom to blossom in an individual, as is generally understood by the ignorant ones. At the age of 7, Shankar became a renunciate. In the whole history of human consciousness, there is no other case parallel to Shankar. Somewhere between the age of 7 and 11, there is no historical record of it, but it seems just between the age of 7 and 11, he must have become enlightenment. My own intuitive understanding is that at the age of 7, he became enlightened. It was around that age, while wandering in Himalayan mountain in search of a master, there he met Govindpad Acharya. When the Acharya asked Shankar who he is, the young lad, the young blossoming consciousness in Shankar, in response to the question by Govindpad Acharya, he composed his first composition spontaneously, Nirvana Shatkam or Atma Shatkam, a composition of 6 stanzas, a beautiful composition. Mano Buddha Ahankar Chittani Naham. Mano Buddha Ahankar Chittani Naham. At that age, at the age of 11, he started writing great commentaries on the Upanishads and one of the greatest and most complicated scriptures that existed in India, Badrayan's Brahma Sutra, sage Badrayan's Brahma Sutra. At the age of 11, it is almost impossible even to understand it. And Shankar wrote the greatest commentaries. It has defended all great, it has defeated all great commentaries of the past and all great commentaries that came after him. Nobody had been able to go beyond these flights of consciousness and bring such tremendous meaning to almost dead scripture of Badrayan, the Brahma Sutras. The way he interprets is possible only after enlightenment. Each small word, the way he gives a turn to its meaning, something which was looking very ordinary immediately becomes extraordinary. This has the touch that transforms everything into gold. To every ordinary word, he infused a new life, a new meaning, a new interpretation. By the time he was 33, he had written all the great commentaries and all the great scriptures, and he had traveled all over the country, the length and breadth of country, defeated all the so-called great philosophers, theologians, and priests. At the age of 33, he entered into Samadhi. Consciousness is not limited to physical age. Consciousness can go far ahead of you and your body. So no need to say, you are saying, I never planned to drop sex, but now it feels like it has dropped me. Certainly, that is the right way. You should never drop sex with conscious effort, because that is only repression. You should not pay any attention to sex. Your whole focus should be towards meditation and meditative way of life and living. And the day sex is going to drop just like an old leaf dropping from the tree, not making any noise, silently falling into the earth and disappearing, like old snake coming out of the old skin to enter the new skin. That's the way of life. That's the way of awakening. That's the way of inner journey. Enough for now.